Hi, good morning learner. Today we will learn about on Google Cloud platform how to create instance machine. Usually you find that if you have to take purchase a laptop, then you have a configuration and you have to pay a good amount for that. But parallelly, if you see that there's one option you have where you can create a virtual machine on a Google Cloud platform and with a very cost optimization also. So today we will talk about how to create an instance on a Google Cloud platform. So for that you should have a one Google account. Okay, so for that the prerequisite you should create a one Google account that we will share the link how to create a Google account. Onto that Google account cloud platform you will get a $300 for 3 months validity. Okay, so first of all you have to select on the navigation menu and you have to select a service called compute engine. Alright, so this is a compute engine and this is what you have a virtual machine. Alright, in this the option you will get the VM instances, right? So usually you see that when you have a physical laptop, then you purchase it, you have to give the machine name, right? So same option we have, there's an option called create instance. When you click onto the create instance, it will ask you too many information. Remember that the 4 major information you have to fill here: your machine name, you have to put your disk size, you have to set your operating system, and yeah, of course your CPU, your RAM and your core size. So this is all the information we will see how to fill this, and parallelly we will see the cost optimization also. Right now what the default configuration it's showing on my machine, so the price is coming that it's $25.46, right? So we will see how to reduce the cost also as per the requirement. Okay, so first of all we will talk about how to create a machine, and parallelly I will keep showing you as per the changes in the configuration how this the changes in the cost also. Okay, so I will give the machine name, let's say Prwatech. Done. And now you have a multiple option. Now understand this Google Cloud giving you the multiple server, or you can say global services, which is onto multiple locations globally. It's in America, you have a Europe, you have in Asia. So you can decide this all the location depends upon your the user activity, user from where it is accessing. So me from India, and I will check it in Asia where exactly the location. We have a two option in this Mumbai and Delhi. So I will go with the Mumbai. I feel that it's more stable. Okay, now you have to select the zone. You have option, but you can go with any option also. Okay, now coming to this part, you see that the first thing is called machine configuration. Usually in the machine configuration, if you talk about what's your laptop machine configuration, then the major things will come. The common things which we understand that your RAM, your core, your disk, your CPU, right? So in this machine configuration, you have to set the configuration like you see that there are multiple series you have, and there are different categories you can see here. You have a general purpose. So if you're a learner, if you're a beginner, then always go with the general purpose. You have a different configuration, different series. If you're looking for some high configuration machine, then you have a compute optimized. In the compute optimized, you see that the charges, the configuration is very high. The memory is going up to GB, the highest configuration 240 GB, and you see that the costing is also coming here. So it is when you are working in a project, the specific configuration, memory optimization options you have. You can see here, if you want to the memory in GB, then you have this all the configuration memory GB also. Okay. But again, if you see that right now we don't have that option in my account. So reason because it's a very high configuration and that credit does not allow me to go and select this. But it's good understanding that that options you have also. Okay. Now clicking onto the general purpose, let's come to the part, and what are the variations we have in general purpose that we will see. So in series, right, usually we have a series, right, like you have an Intel series, they have given the series and series name and the machine configuration name also. Now you see that if you talk about E2, you have a CPU, this memory you have, and based on the platform you can select, and the costing is coming 30.58. But if you want to reduce the cost, I will go with some different series part, like you can go with the N1. When you click onto N1, okay, and you see that its starting series is this, And after this, what are the variations we have in N1? Well, we have this preset configuration. There's a drop down there, and the different 4 categories are there. I will go and check what is the minimal configuration we have in this category, in this series. So when I click onto the share core, right, you see that F1 micro is a machine which is 0.25, one shared 614, which is very the basic configuration and a very small configuration we have. If I select this configuration, and you see that what the cost it will come, it is reflecting, it see that $5.85 monthly, and the cost breakup is also mentioned there. The cost breakup comes under the major part is the CPU and your memory and your disk. Okay, I'm coming under the disk later. Now scroll down, we will go with S1, scroll up. So here we will go with the E2 series, okay, and we'll see what the configuration we have. I need minimum 1 GB of RAM, right? For example, I need minimum 1 GB of RAM. So in E2, I will again go and check it. Okay, what are the options we have here? And you see that shared code. All right. Now in shared code, you see that 1 GB of memory. Let's say this is what my requirement. Okay. So these options you can go and select and find the best series that match with your requirement. Also important, if you're using the free account, go with the minimal configuration. That will help you, and you know that there are multiple services. If you're planning to learn all the services with a good hands-on, with a good practical, with the same account, so it is very important to maintain your credit and use it wisely. Okay, so I'm going to select the 1 GB. So it's a 2 CPU, 1 GB memory. This configuration is coming, and the price is coming for 8.54, which is hourly charge. It will charge $0.01. Right now, this is the breakup of your this estimate. The good thing is that it is not monthly and it is a postpaid. We will talk about the costing also later, how it charged. There's a one video will make it about the cost charges of your Google Cloud. Let's go down. So we have done with the configuration part of your disk, your RAM and the CPU and the core. Scroll down, the left part is what your disk, right? Your 10 GB, 20 GB, 1 TB. Usually in your laptop, you see that you have a 500 GB of the configuration, your disks, right? So this is what you have, a boot disk. Okay, this boot disk option will give you to select your disk and your operating system. Okay, so the default configuration, let me show you. The machine name we have given the Prwatech, the type is what, New Balance disk, and the size is the default is 10 GB, and right now the image, right, it's a Debian, it's a Linux machine. So I want to make the changes into my configuration. Here also you have multiple options we have. We will discuss part this later. Let's come to the public image. In this public image, first if you want to select your operating system, let's see what are the operating system you have. Mainly in cloud, you see that Linux being more recommended, and you can see most of the Linux flavor are available. We have one options like a Windows server, but I guess it's a bit expensive. Usually it's cloud being recommended for the Linux interface, so I will go with the Ubuntu. You can select as per your choice, as per your comfort level. So I will go with the Ubuntu, and I selected the Ubuntu. You have a different version also. Okay, right, you can select. So let me go with the default setup. Now you see here you have a boot disk type, right? The boot disk type, like you have a machine. If you're using usually Apple, then you have a SSD nowadays, multiple laptop coming with SSD configuration, but the price will be little higher side, right? Usually it helps you in terms of performance. So it's completely your requirement, what you want, what kind of machine you want. You want to do some more performance, yeah, better optimization cost. The options you have, you can select this option as per the requirement. So my priority is first to more focus on the cost optimization. So I will go with the minimal configuration with this type. Also, if you want to check what you have the comparison of different categories, how it performs, your input output performance. So you have compare disk types. Here you can set the data size, what series of want. The CPU count, you can set it, and you can see that the configuration, the performance as per your configuration of your machine configuration, it will tell you. Okay, so that's purely depends upon the requirement. But right now in today's video, my focus is more onto the cost optimization, so I'm going with all the minimal configuration. Okay, now we have select the operating system, guys. Now disk. So minimum size of the disk is a 10 GB. You have to go. If you want to make it 20 GB, 30 GB, as per the requirement, you can use it. You can make it 15 GB. Okay, let me go. The range is this. The minimum should be 10 GB. The maximum should be this. And you have to just keep in mind, the disk, always the major costing, if you talk about where it comes, if you see in select, click on okay, if you see that major costing comings where, right, the major costing your high is your CPU and your RAM. You see that 7.3 per out of 9.4. The disk costing is very cheaper. That is the best thing about the cloud. Okay, so the boot disk, the name, the type and size is 15 GB. Ubuntu is that, right? So you have selected, and now my machine configuration is ready with all the configuration, and you see that this is the estimated price with the breakup. Now coming to the another part, there is some configuration related to your security. Something is networking, so I'm just skipping this part. We will discuss this when we are talking about networking in Google Cloud. So after this part, you are good to go to create your virtual machine. So there's an option called click on create. It will take some time to create your machine. Let's wait for that. Okay, so see here that all the information started here. You have a machine name. It's taking time. And you have a zone, creation time, machine type, recommendation, IP address, internal IP address, external IP address. You know that this is for a specific zone, limited access. There's all the configuration we do. So networking team is being taking care of this part. I have not made any changes. So it's taking all the default, right? So the machine is ready. You can see that status. If you're showing the green, you means your machine is ready. Sometimes maybe that wrong configuration or because of lack of credit, some location which you have selected, the zone is down, so you may get red. Right, means your instance not created successfully, and you have to check the reason. Okay, so right now the brief about my machine is a name, the zone is Asia South, and the creation time is this. The machine type, this is very important. You have to understand the terminology. You cannot say give me the 2 GB or 1 GB of man. No, you have to talk about in your machine series, the terminology, the machine name configuration, what you have given. So right now we are using E2 micro. Okay, recommendation, nothing is being there. Okay, that Google keep you recommended if you are not using. So in terms of cost optimization, Google give you the recommendation here. Okay, right now it is not, it is being used by, and this is all related to your IP address. Now I want to use this machine, right? So I want to operate this machine. So there's an option called SSH. You have to click on to SSH, and your shell is ready. So let me run some basic command of your Linux. Like I want to know the configuration of my machine in terms of this. So we'll write a simple command lsblk. Okay, and you enter that details, the partition, right? This is the disk. This is the 15 GB is coming here, and this is the partition has been done. If you want to go inside the machine library, right, there's a path is called cd space usr. You remember that user is the wrong path. So usr lib, and if you enter, you're into the library path, and when you write ls, this is what my machine library inside the Linux. Right, coming back to the dashboard, this is the cloud console, and you can see that there are options you have when you click onto the 3 dot, right? You want to stop the machine, you want to delete the machine, you want to suspend. So you have this all the option, and let me stop this machine. So I will click on stop. Right, okay. So you wait a minute, just you see that when you stop the machine, you understand that the billing will stop. Yes, it will stop, but not entire billing, right? You have seen that there's a breakup of your billing, right? So it says that when you stop machine, you build only for this preserved resource. Your disk billing will be keep continuing. Whether you're running or not running, if the machine is exist, even if you stop, the bill will come for this. Okay, let's stop this. So finally, the machine, it takes some time to stop the machine, and you see that it has been stopped. This is all about creating an instance in Google Cloud Platform. And in the next session, we will talk about, in next video, we'll talk about if you want to make any changes in your existing, a machine. Let's say you want to change the configuration, your disk size you have set 15, you want to go make it 20, you want to change the RAM size, core, how to do that. So in the next video, we will talk about the configuration and edit options in the your existing machine. Hey, don't forget to download our app for access to free courses and interactive quizzes. Stay connected with us on social media for updates and free content. See you next time. Happy learning.